We're getting some rain finally. Boy, it's been really dry lately. It's been a couple months since we've had any rain worth talking about. Got a couple sprinkles here and there, but nothing to settle the dust for very long. But point being, I'm working on my welding truck today. So I'm kicking around some ideas on this toolbox here. This black toolbox was sitting up here. And I kept thinking that I would just put that toolbox in here and build a slide so I can pull it out. But the more I think about that, the more I think that is a inefficient way to go. I was just thinking, well, it'd be nice and quick. But the thing with doing that is, then you got to pull the toolbox out, right? Then you got to pull the drawer out that you want to get to. So it's like 2 steps to get to what you want to. Not to mention, you got to open the toolbox itself. So that's a lot of moving to get to a tool. So I'm going to try to build just, well, for right now I'm just going to build a drawer over here in this corner, I'm thinking. We'll see how this all goes. That way I can just grab it, pull it out, and get to my wrenches real quick. I'm going to try that first. If I like that and I have the time, then I'll build several more drawers through there. So let's see how this goes. If I organize all my wrenches, I can get it in a 20 by 8 inch drawer. No problem in theory. Then it was time just to figure out how I was going to cut out the drawers, make sure I didn't waste a lot of scrap. Set myself up a guide and start cutting with the Milwaukee dry cut saw. The blade is extremely dull on this thing. It was still cutting, so I kept going. And I marked out the corners that needed to be cut out. At first I tried using the dry cut saw, but it was awkward and it was leaving a burr because the blade was so dull. So then I decided to use the portable bandsaw, and that worked much better. It was much easier to control. Then I started doing the layout lines. This is for the front of the drawer, and I'm trying to make a little lip, and I'm trying to make it big enough that you can get your gloves up under it too. Because normally when I'm working on site, I'm wearing gloves. Doing a little deburring. Don't look too close to that sheet metal, because if you do, you'll see that I missed a corner on it. I'm thinking all this stuff through in my head, making sure I'm bending the right direction. Because I really don't want to make a bend and then find out that I bent it the wrong way. There again, my brain is working overtime. I'm like, am I doing this right? That might be the wrong thing to do. And then right here, I almost make a really big mistake. Pulled the drawer out and was going to stick it in from the backside. And luckily, I realized if I did that, I would never be able to get the drawer back out of the brake. Trying to make sure it's square, 90 degrees. And it's hard to see in this poor lighting. In the viewfinder it looked good, but I think with the light glaring off of that sheet metal, the camera dimmed down too much. But my fingers weren't set up quite right, so I had to change one of them. And it is a lot to bend this 14 gauge steel in this little finger brake. It just can't do it. Dang. More than I can do. That's, 20-inch bend. And it struggles with it. Yeah, need to take out that finger too. So the pull of the drawer can get through there, have some clearance. I really gotta say, I don't like this finger brake a whole lot. I mean, it gets the job done, but there's just a lot of things about it that just irritate me. It's not a very good brake. I really want to get a lot better one. But it does the job. So, as they say, the best tool to use is the one you have. And it's time just to tack up the corners. Use the clamp to pull them in. And then I used a tappety to smash them down into place. And then finish welding. Except, well, I don't know what to say. I'm mad at myself. I ran out of MIG wire. And obviously I am far from done with this project. My word, I can't believe I did that. Normally, I know when I'm running low, I keep an eye on it. This is actually the first time in my life I've ran out of MIG wire in a project and didn't have my second spool sitting here. I've been very good about that in my life, making sure I always have enough. So, I guess a trip to town. Dang it. Really didn't want to do that right now. It's 40 miles one way for me to go to the welding supply store. So, I ended up doing a whole bunch of shopping while I was in the big city of Haste, America. But I didn't get back to it that day. I also got to say, I've been using this portable bandsaw a lot since I have bought it. I actually don't use my big bandsaw near as much. It's just so much quicker to grab that little portable thing and use it. Love that tool. Should have bought it years ago. Here I'm putting in an upright. It's a 3/4 inch piece of square tubing. And this will hold all the angle iron that will end up being the guides for the drawer. Because what I was doing for clearance is taking the, I guess you call it the cutout corners of the sheet metal. Really? Yeah, trying to put them on top of the drawer. And then set the angle iron on top of that. Or attempt. I discovered magnets really help with that chore. Anyway, and that metal stock acts like a shim to give me enough clearance to make the drawer pull really easy. And spot weld it all in place, which is actually really difficult to do in that toolbox. And I pull the drawers out, finish welding. Here I'm sticking the drawers back in, make sure they still work, that nothing warped too bad. And then move it on to the next drawer. Like I said, spot weld it, pull the drawer out, finish welding. And time for a little bit of deburring. And right here, if you listen for it, my camera battery went dead. Not bad timing. Well, that is all the angle iron I have. Kind of. I did find a chunk of oily, nasty scrap. I probably won't go ahead and use it right now because I think I'm going to go ahead and focus on drawer organization. I really don't want to leave it unfinished like this, but you guys get the idea, and I honestly don't know when I'm going to have time to get back to this project. For the most part, things went pretty well in organizing this. I mean, that drawer's not bad. I want to build some holders for these sockets so they slip onto something. You know, you've seen those little fingers that stick up. And plus I have a whole bunch more sockets I need to add to this because none of my deep sockets are in here and I want to put them all in this drawer too. So, more to do there. Don't like having the files stacked up like that. This top drawer, that's not bad. A little bit of clutter. You know, you can pretty much get to the pliers and the tape measures and the levels really quick. That's not bad, it's doable. This drawer, I found several more wrenches in the toolbox that I need to put in here. And they just don't fit at all. So I just threw them on top. I put magnets under these wrenches. I have a whole bunch of these ring magnets like this. That's actually working fantastic. So one magnet there, and then for the big wrenches I ended up having to use 2 magnets. I like that a lot. It holds the wrenches in place, keeps them from bouncing. I think I almost like that better than having like metal dividers in here. That I'm really tickled with. But when I tried the magnet thing for the small wrenches, it didn't go so well. They just kind of ping pong around on the magnets. And this drawer, this drawer is just a complete disaster. So I wanted this deep drawer for my grinding wheels and also for my headphones so I could put them in there. But as you can see, there's no room for my headphones in there anymore and my grinding wheels are buried. So complete fail. I am not happy with that. I also don't like having the chop saw up here. So what I'd like to do is build a toolbox behind the truck at the back of the bed for the chop saw. It's kind of an odd place to end this video, but I decided to save all the drawer organization for a second video because I honestly don't know when I'm going to get back to this project. I got a lot going on right now. So I guess I'm saying thanks for watching, y'all. Hope you got a little something out of this. And be sure to subscribe, because someday we'll get back to this project. So, thanks again, y'all. See you later.